Hello everyone, I'm Carolyn from Tranquil Mentor, and welcome to our channel. In a recent Dollar Tree video, I showed these crystal balls in the plus section at Dollar Tree. Today we're going to be giving it a makeover, and I just want to show you, it doesn't look like much in the store, but here it is lit up. I mean, it is just gorgeous. We thought what we would do is take those little areas there that have the spider web on the bottom that is embossed, I guess, and take some gold paint, and here is my sponge, my makeup sponge that I cut in half, and then I'm going to take this gold, it's King Gold accent paint. I'm just getting it on my makeup sponge here, and all those areas that are elevated or embossed, I believe is the word, I'm just going over them and little by little putting some paint on those elevated areas there. I thought it would make it stand out. I felt like it just needed something. So here we go, we've got that. Now I found this guy in Dollar Tree, and of course I couldn't find hands anywhere. I don't know if I was shopping too early because I went into the store recently and there were all the hands. So here I'm showing you, I want to take these hands off of here. They were $3 in the plus section. So I'm not too worried about that, but here I'm taking a flathead screwdriver and my mallet, and I'm just trying to get those hands off of the candy jar. And just giving it a couple good hits here, and then I'm going in with the flat head screwdriver again, and there we go, we're able to get those off. You just have to be careful that you don't get hit the other parts of it, but there's a lot that I probably could have just left on there and covered up because there's a flat bottom. But anyway, this guy we'll work on him another time, and I'm sure I can find something to do with him. So here, the hands, I believe that these pieces probably need to be cut off. I think they could have just been covered with moss or something like that, and they would have been fine. But I didn't do that. I decided that I was going to cut them up. So I've got these little blades from Harbor Freight, and my Dremel there, my fake Dremel, and that's also from Harbor Freight. And I took a marker, just a Sharpie, and made a line where I wanted to cut. And those pieces there, I'm gonna take this little saw, and I'm just holding very tightly, and it's really loud. I have safety glasses on, and I've got a mask on because this stuff was everywhere. I'm just working away from myself, and then going all through, holding, pulling that blade just away from myself. That seems to be the way that it's turning. So I'm going to go back through, and using the same motion here, I'm just going to get that sawed off there. Okay, and then that's the first hand, and then I've got this piece in here that I decided to remove. But as I was saying, there's other ways to do this. If you had a hot knife or something, you would just have to do it in a pretty ventilated area and keep your windows open and keep yourself safe, keep your eyes safe and everything. So we'll take this piece off here little by little, and this drill is very, very loud, so I took that sound out. I just wanted to show you how I got that piece off. And then there's another little piece there on the edge, and I eventually do take that off. It just was bothering me. There's so many different ways to do this where you wouldn't have to take all this off, but this was something that I decided that I needed to take on. And I think too that they would have been able to be more stable if I would have left all the pieces on. And at this point, I didn't think about covering everything up with moss. I just didn't think about that. So here we are with our two hands, and you'll see that there's, of course they didn't paint in the middle there. So I didn't like the way that was real, it had that little piece there on the edge. So I went back and I took that off. And then I wanted, you can see that they didn't paint inside, they just painted the outside. So I'll go back through and I'll paint those hands on the inside. All right, and they look good to me now. I'm happy with this. Heck of a cleanup though, maybe put something down. Okay, now I'm out in my workshop. My original plan was that I was going to spray paint these with gold, and I didn't have gold spray paint. So I'm here with my trusty accent paint here in King's Gold. I'm just going to go through, and I took a sponge brush and I just dabbed on the paint, and then I turned the other hand over, and I wanted it to not be as shiny, so I took that paint and I did both sides of it too, so that I could bring that shine down. And then here I have this bowl that I use for my center pieces. I'm just going through, I have this shred that I make in my shredder. It's just paper bags, and then there's some lighting in there, and it just fills in the area of that little bowl there. And I've got some Dollar Tree lights in there, and this is a piece of fabric that I got at Dollar Tree too. It's kind of like a black denim, and I was looking for something a little bit more sheer, but this is what I found, so we're gonna work with it. We're gonna go with it. And then here's some of those paper doilies that they usually have, and you get a lot of them. So I thought, instead of getting one dirty and wrinkling up a good one, I'll take the paper ones. I have this brown paint that I got from Dollar Tree, Acrylology brown, and it's usually very liquidy. So I thought that would be the best thing to use for this. I'm going to move this over here so we have some room to work with it. And I'm going to wrinkle this up. Just want to make it look old and crummy. All right, here. I'm going to take some of that brown paint with my makeup sponge again, and just go through and get a lot of the paint off of the sponge, but then go back through and just really give it some age and just make it look kind of creepy. Well, I didn't realize there was 2 there. So you get a lot in a pack. I think there's 30 in a pack or something like that. We'll go through here and then we'll let that dry. And then here's our centerpiece here, and we're going to just lay that on top. I like the way that that looks. I'm going to put the crystal ball in the middle of it and maybe off center it a little bit because I have a couple other pieces. And here is our crystal ball dry, and I've got the hands with probably about 3 or 4 coats of that gold on both sides. I'm matching this up here just to see, and because I cut everything off, I'm going to need to use some of these tower blocks from Dollar Tree. I've got my accent gold paint again, and I'm going to go through there. Really didn't need to do that either, but I did. I wasn't sure what I was going to do at this point with this project. So I painted those up, and we're going to let those dry. And then I got these bones from Dollar Tree. They have them quite a bit, I would say. I'm just going to disperse these out here and in different little areas, different little directions. I thought it would add a really good dimension to it and just a different color, because what I'm going to try to do is bring some color in here, because you see a lot there's black and gold. So I've got this from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just open this up. It's got a lot of glitter. It's purple. It'll add some whimsical color to everything. I'm not going to do much with it. I'm just going to wrap it around here, put it in, lay it on top, and then you've got some glitter. All right, and our pieces are dry now. So I've got my accent paint again, King's Gold. I'm showing you how I'm going to go about gluing these together and making them stand. I'm not going to glue them to the crystal ball because I want to be able to pick up the crystal ball and turn it on and off and maybe do something else with it if I don't like it. So I'm getting these balanced out here and just trying to see with those towering blocks how I'm going to have to glue that on there to make those stand up. So I think that's about right there. And we'll see how it goes here. So I'm going to take my glue gun and get some glue on there. And then what this will have to do is I'm going to have to hold it forward and slanted back so that it stays in the position that I want. So it looks like it's the hands are actually holding on to the crystal ball. And then I'm going to just do the same thing with the second one. And here they are all set. And the glue's just going to dry on those. I've got them positioned where I want and they're not attached. So I'm happy with that. And then I have this ribbon here. I'm not going to go through a whole bow tutorial, but I've got this ribbon here and I just wanted to show it to you. I got that from Dollar Tree as well. I usually miss out on this, so I grabbed it this year. Then I have the purple velvet and then that sort of blue velvet. It's more teal velvet. I'm going to make a bow, and usually what I do is I make a couple of loops and then I just take a tail and I zip tie them all together, and then I glue a little loop in the middle and I just put that zip tie through everything and then I just pull it real tight. And at the end of the video you'll see how the bows came out. But I just love that velvet. That purple velvet is so pretty. You don't get a lot though. Just about a yard. So I was surprised about that. I thought I would get more. But I'm going to work with it and it's going to be so pretty when we get done. All right, and then there's how I start my strategy there. I just lay them, I don't know why I have it turned in there because I just usually lay them on top of each other. And then I'm going back through just to show a little bit how I get started here. And I'll make 2 loops like that. I don't even glue them. I just zip tie them together. And then I've got the flowers here, which they have every year, but this year they had a lot of them. I don't know if I was just shopping very early or what, but there was a ton of them in every store. My attraction to these was 2 things. I would get the spiders, and then I would also get the flowers. So I bought 3 of these, and then I'm just cutting off the tag here. And these are in the $1.25 area. I've got those, and then they've got these spiders. So I'm going to find the spiders in here and I'm just going to pull them out. And there's one there that just fell out and I'm going to use those. And then there was some silver sparkle, some spiders with silver sparkle, silver glitter. And you can see it right there too. So I grabbed that and I take those out. So I really got a lot for my money. And here's that bow finished. And this is the other bow that I made that I'm going to put with these flowers here. And that was the bat ribbon, which you pretty much see every year, and you got to grab it. And then there's that other kind of teal color velvet ribbon. We'll pull these spiders off to the silver glitter spiders. So you really get a lot for your money with this. You get, all the spiders, and you get the 3 flower picks, and you're all set there. Again, with the gold accent paint, and I decided that these needed a little bit of something to stand out. And when I say I should really say we, because John took a look at them and he thought they needed a little something. That gold will help them stand out, and I'm going to put those all on the crystal ball on the bottom. And then John had looked again and he thought about red, because red would make them look creepier and kind of like a stinger type thing. So I'm putting this red on here, And I'm just going to dab a little bit of paint right there, and then we'll just get that coated, get it coated pretty thick, and then I'll just let that dry. I think this will look really good, and it will give it that oomph, that attention that it needs. And there you go. And for some reason I decided to try to wipe that. I don't know why I did that, but I think I was just trying to get it to look a little bit lighter. I'm not sure. But anyway, I end up putting red on all of them. And then here I'm going to use this as my anchor point for the middle, and I'm going to hot glue these spiders on. They're dry now, and it took quite a while because I really blopped that paint on. And then I'm taking my Bleds glue gun here, my cordless glue gun, which I love so much, and I'm going to, right where that spider web is, I'm going to put a spider, and I'll put a dab of hot glue on there, and it does have like a little piece that extends out. I probably recommend cutting a little bit more of that off, but I did eventually get that glued on there. And then I just put a little bit more glue, just a blob there, just to hold that. But I think cutting that down a little bit more would be really a big help. And then I'm just holding that on. All right. Okay, and just let it dry. And there is a big blob of hot glue on there to hold that on. And then, so now here I'm cutting this one off, making it a little bit shorter and a little bit easier to work with. And I'm going to glue that one there, and then I'm going to glue another one on the back too. I'm not going to put 4 on, I'm just going to put 3. And then this guy, I'm just going to hold on to him. All right, and just press while he dries. And there you go. I love that. And then I've got this Dollar Tree floral moss, which you find it's almost a staple there. And I did glue one of the spiders onto the finger. I didn't want to glue it onto the ball, but I figured if I did that, it wouldn't be stuck onto the ball with hot glue or anything. Here, this is where the moss comes in, and I need to cover up that awkward spot there that shows the glue line and the towering block. I thought I would put this moss all around just to camouflage that awkward area. All right, and I'll glue some here. I glued them all around the sides, on the inside, and there's so much you can do with this. You can glue it inside the whole entire palm. Where those little holes are, I didn't think about them until later on. Moss could just be glued in there too, or anything that you find, another little spider, and cover those up, but you really don't see them. But that's just another thing that you can do with these hands. And you can also make them look more distressed if you want to, sand them, put brown paint on them to make them look old and creepy. And then I just keep, everywhere I see, I just keep adding that on. I wanted that palm area to be closed up too, and to be covered up basically. And then I decided it needed some color. So I had this green, and also Dollar Tree carries that. Every time you see it, just grab it, because you can use it for so many things. And it's just one of those things that I always know to grab from Dollar Tree. It's another one of my staples that I have in my arsenal of craft supplies. Just going to put a little bit of green right here, and then mix them together. Just get a little bit of extra color in there. And then I'm keeping that bottom flat, because that's the way that, well, they are going to stand once they're against the ball. But here they're all set. And then I put a bunch in there and made sure that that bottom is flat again. They look like little cuffs or something. And then I see a spot here, so I'm going to put my little safety things back on here, silicone fingers, and then fill up that spot. The sky's the limit on this. There's all kinds of stuff you can do to camouflage it. And here we have it. This is with some light on because I wanted to have it where a tablescape where I could have it on during the day and it would look good during the day and night. And here's a Dollar Tree sign. I found this. I thought it was adorable. We have that chain and the bones. I scattered more bones. I got another pack of bones and scattered them. Here's our creepy flower eyeballs. And I put them in a little vase. And there's the bow that we made with the bats. Back here, that's a hand from Dollar Tree. They have that. That's been out there for a while. There's another bow in the back. And those lights that are back there, they're from Goodwill. I found 3 sets of them for $7.99 and some extra light bulbs. Perfect. And then here we are in the dark at night. And I just love the brilliance of this crystal ball. I cannot believe the colors and how fast it flashes. And then I have some purple lights in there that I had just year after year. They're purple bats. And then it just has this creepiness with that purple kind of glow on there in the vase. I either say vase or vase. And then I'm panning around here just to show you the tablescape. I took those table runners. I guess you consider them lace. I put those on top of all the lights and then there's greenery under it. And I also have it as a table runner underneath here, underneath the centerpiece. So absolutely beautiful. I love the way that this turned out. If you make a Dollar Tree crystal ball, share the inspiration and tag us on Instagram or visit us on Facebook at Tranquil Mentor. If you're already one of our subscribers, welcome back and thanks for watching our video today. And if you are not a subscriber, welcome to our channel. And if you would be so kind to subscribe and like our video, it helps YouTube notice us a little bit more and it supports our channel and helps us to grow. And as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.